Good morning, Coolest Coast. Join us for coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts. This is Kristin Odell, and I'm Tina Prigge. Good morning.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
It's Tina's birthday today. I feel
Actually,
so special. We
day.
can celebrate it. Like, I don't know if this is like your first thing of the day, but pretty darn close to the first thing of the day, we get to celebrate your birthday.
Thank you. You know, my grandma called this morning and she said, "Are you up? You know, did you already have your day started?" I said, "Oh, yes, Grandma. I'm just getting ready for a live stream." She's like, "Oh, okay. Wait, what does that mean?"
Come again.
So it's like
I
she
love
almost understood. And then I explained, using a computer with cameras. And she's like, "Okay, happy birthday. Bye."
Has she ever watched the show?
I don't think so. She doesn't even have a TV. So she doesn't like consuming media that way. She loves reading. She's a voracious reader.
I was just going to say, let's talk about how she spends her time.
Yeah, loves reading.
Like, I could so get rid of the TV. I think it would be okay, except for during football season.
I only ever watch it if somebody else is watching it. Right?
Really?
Like for the longest time, I wasn't even sure how to use the remote myself. And I loved it that way. I didn't even want to be tempted. But I can't even imagine what I would turn on and watch myself. But I love sitting down and watching old episodes of Star Trek with Jason, or I watch Japanese anime with Teak. But so would you watch a football game by yourself, or is that like a...
No, it's just a family affair, but I mean, we have it on more during that time. Now, Doug watches sports all year round. Like, that's just, golf and racing and basketball and hockey. And we've been watching a lot of collegiate fast pitch because our girls play fast pitch. We've been watching college, there's been NCAA tournaments on the weekends, which was really fun. So we'll sit and watch that, but I am the least likely in my house to have the remote in my hand and to be turning it on. It's usually because I'm watching because somebody else is watching, very similar to you.
Ditto. There's just better things to do otherwise.
Yeah, better. Just, I'm walking around trying to get my steps in the house and trying to pitter and get things done.
So you wish me a happy birthday, which I really appreciate. And I'm so thankful too for all of the birthday messages that just, I don't know, lifts me up and warms my heart. But I saw this meme and I had to share it because this hits just right. We should start referring to age as levels, because I'm at level 40 sounds a lot cooler than just being an old person.
I love it. I love it so much. Here's my question. Do you think 40 is old?
Oh, do I? I don't. 40, I thought was a great year.
Yeah, because 40 doesn't feel old. I just turned 44. I don't feel like that. I don't feel old yet.
No, I felt like the decade of 40s was like the sweet spot.
Yeah. Like, enough to really be dangerous, but you're not officially old yet.
Yeah.
You're not
comfortable in your skin. You're good with the decisions you're making. Yeah, but you haven't hit level 50 yet.
Yeah. Your body's not fully aching all over the place yet.
Not yet.
Tina, what will you do to celebrate your birthday today?
Oh, I'm excited. Jason is picking up a flourless chocolate cake made by Jen's Java, which is one of my favorite things in the world. I know. And then my parents are going to come over and he's going to make some of his homemade pizzas, which is another one of my favorite things.
Oh, that sounds so amazing. Does he make the pizzas in your oven, or does he do them on the grill, or how does he prep them?
Yeah, he does them in the oven. Somehow it goes up to the right temperature that he's looking for. And yeah, I wonder if you could do them on the grill.
I mean, I think you can. We've never done that. We always do them in the oven too. But what's your favorite pizza toppings?
Oh, I love, mozzarella. I love black olives. I love mushrooms. If there's some sausage, I'm okay with that, what it does with the flavor. I wouldn't actively choose pepperoni, but I don't mind it if it's on there.
Okay. How about pineapple?
Sure. I wouldn't, again, actively choose it, but if it's a Hawaiian pizza, it's always delicious.
You wouldn't mind it?
I wouldn't mind it. I like to say I'm very pizza flexible.
You know what? I think I am too. Black olives is probably the exception for me.
You don't like black olives?
Nope. I have tried many times. like I want to, I just cannot.
Mm.
I've had them in like pasta salads and pizza. No,
Oh, you don't like them just on the side or anything either?
I
Jason
can't
brought
do
me a
it.
can of black olives the other day, and I just ate the whole thing. I love black olives.
Yeah, I want to. Mushrooms would also kind of fall in that category. I can tolerate them on pizza as long as they're not like big chunks. It's just like a texture thing for me.
So
You
what
talk
is your
about
ideal pizza? What would you like if you could
um
have one right now?
our go-to is Italian sausage, but not the I like not the big chunks, but like how Luigi's has like the fine crumbled sausage where you get good this is so funny. Good sausage coverage. Sausage, onions, green pepper, and pineapple would be and ham would be my first choice.
Oh, yum. Okay. I would eat a slice of that. But so
Hey.
you were gonna say something about the texture.
Yeah, mushrooms just are like when you talk about banana cream pie being mushy and a texture thing, that's how I feel about mushrooms
Oh,
on anything.
just a little kind of too slimy or something?
Yeah, it feels like a clam in my mouth or something. I don't know. I just do not like it.
Isn't that funny?
I've tried a lot of times. I know mushrooms are very good for you. I cannot do it.
That's funny. It's funny.
Okay, friends, when you're watching, if you're watching, comment on what your favorite pizza is.
Yeah, I would love to
I'm
know.
curious.
Hey, we had some Chinese food the other day, and it came with like the, ubiquitous fortune cookies. But look at this fortune in this cookie. It says, mind your words. They have the power to build or destroy, which perfectly valid statement. But I felt like it was more of an admonishment cookie rather than a fortune cookie. Like, I don't see what the
Yes.
fortune is here.
It's kind of like if you would like to not get a fortune, here's.
Yeah.
It
I felt
actually
like we got
feels like
scolded.
you were getting, yeah, I was just going to say, it feels like you were getting parented.
Yes.
Were you saying things naughty that the universe sent this to you?
Never.
What did your other family members get when they opened theirs?
Uh, it was also something, like what would qualify this as a fortune? It
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't as obviously an admonishment like that, but it still was like they're
Um,
kind of sliding on their fortune telling here.
can you reveal the place where you got food from if somebody is interested in this type of fortune?
Actually, it's a boba tea truck. So on
Oh.
Calumet Avenue, there's an El Tequila food truck,
Mhm.
and just recently, there's also a boba truck that parks there from time to time. And I think that they're affiliated with the Chinese restaurant in Two Rivers. So
Okay.
they've got awesome boba, and they've got different like Chinese dumplings and other snacks that you can get.
Awesome. So you got Chinese food truck food.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I love it. On the go, sometimes after therapy, I'm like, Jason, I could eat a horse. What are we gonna do?
Yes, because you're working so hard probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, do you have any pictures of you standing up that you can share?
Um, do you know what? I didn't upload any pictures of me standing up, but I do have one of me sitting down. But getting to this position was a challenge because I had to like stand and I walked there.
You guys, Tina has been working so hard with this new prosthetic leg. How's it going, Tina?
It is super hard, but every day that I work with it, I feel like, just infinitesimally, I make these small advances. And I'm really fortunate because Teak is being such a good coach. He'll be like, Mom, let's try it without the standing walker. Like, can you take a step? I'll catch you. Right. So I'm like, oh, that's
And you're like, "And I will crush you."
so yesterday, instead of using the standing walker, which is kind of like wraparound support that you lean into, I just had a four-pronged cane in my right hand. And he's like, come on, mom, you can do it. And so, with his encouragement and with him being right there to catch me just in case, I was able to take a couple of steps. But it feels like,
Amazing.
getting my mind around being able to do that, it feels like my foot is like glued to the floor.
Really? Because it just, like, takes so much mental effort to be like, "Okay, I'm gonna pick this up, and I'm gonna take a step, and then I'm gonna put it down."
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we first tried it. He was like, "I'm gonna video this, right?" And so he turns the video on. I try. I'm like, "I'm going down. I'm going down."
Did you actually go down?
No, he like balanced me, and then I'm like, "Can you delete that video?"
We want no evidence of that. Well, I mean, I think, Tina, the inside story on this is we all fall down when we're practicing something, right? Because you don't get good right away.
Oh, I think I have a quote exactly to sum that up.
Do you really?
You can only learn by doing, and that means screwing up a lot before one day you don't.
How is it that you have a quote? Seriously.
Oh, I thought maybe you knew, and like
I
you.
didn't know.
I thought you were perfectly teeing it up.
I had no idea. That's funny. No, but for real, like, we've talked about this in the context of entrepreneurship, and yeah, I agree. Wonderful, Teak. We talk about, oh, you have a successful business and you've been doing it so long, and they kind of don't see the long hours and the grind kind of behind the scenes. And like, I think this example of you learning to walk with this prosthetic leg, like you're building muscle and you're learning the mechanics of it and you're learning how to walk and you're doing it also with a prosthetic arm. And like, you have all these incredible things, and you want to delete the video of you falling, right? But like, in some ways, you almost need a couple of those things in your archive to look back and be like, look at what I've done.
Right.
Do you remember that day, Teague? Do you remember that day when we worked so hard? Because 6 months from now or a year from now, you're not even going to be, you will be able to do it without thinking.
God, I hope you're so right. I really hope that's true. And I believe that it's true. But, when you're at the day that I am now, thinking about that, like it's really hard to imagine getting there.
Yes. Yeah. And you're in such a season of like muscle building and hard work that you're like, I'm never going to get there, but you'll get there.
And that's part of the challenge, right? Like the muscles in my leg and left hip have gone unused for the 10 months leading up to this. So it's not just, oh, put on the prosthetic leg and walk. Like I have to rebuild those muscles and
Right.
adapt them to walking again in order to be able to use the prosthetic. So
Yeah. And I would imagine, I know you have mentioned swimming before, but swimming would probably be one of those things that really helps work your hip, because it's hard for you to work your hip when you're sitting on your hip, right?
yep, yep. Yeah, swimming, pool therapy is amazing. It's a godsend. I'm so grateful for it.
She is God sent. Thank God for miracles. So we get to celebrate her birthday and being here today. Isn't that so cool?
Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry.
Mm.
Hey, I've got a question. You shared a picture which is so lovely. I love that this photo was captured. Look at how just perfect it is, the greenness, the family love you can feel. And I think it's your family, right? Like I'm pretty sure I can identify you and Doug and Grace. But that little girl, the littlest one, I know that's not Nora. So what is happening?
Well, we were with I shouldn't say a ton. We were with family this weekend up north, just enjoying the great outdoors. And this is my cousin's little girl, Eleanor. And so you're right. So that's Nora to the left of her. But we just took so many walks this weekend. It was pretty chilly, especially on Saturday. It was really chilly. I have like a hoodie on and my winter coat, but we just really enjoyed walks. And the funny thing about this picture is Doug was like, I said, are you holding Grace's hand? Because Grace is our 15-year-old. And he's like, I was, but he's like, I almost don't even remember doing that.
Aw.
We had no idea. My cousin, probably my cousin's wife, Kara, she's amazing, fabulous photographer, clearly, snagged this picture. And yeah, I just love it.
I absolutely love it with the dogs and everything. So is that Josie or Nora?
That's Nora in the middle.
Okay, got it. So then, is your cousin is the photographer in this photo?
The photographer is my sweet cousin. We call her my cousin-in-law, Kara, right here, right down in the front right corner,
Ah,
right next to me.
nice job.
She's the queen. But yeah, there's my aunt and uncle is in back, and then obviously Doug and I, and then my cousin Tyler is kind of behind Doug and his wife in front. And this is at the ice cream stand.
So is your uncle holding a cone?
Yes, he is holding a cone.
Holy smokes! Wait a second. Did he eat this whole cone?
He did. He did. So this is when you're up. This place is called Northern Delights. It's in Lakewood, Wisconsin. This is a large. and it had 19 rows of ice cream on it, you guys. And he has eaten this whole thing a number of times. It's like a thing to do. On this particular day, they actually give you a cup just in case it tips, because most people can't even like get through it. At one point it did tip, so he had to put it in the cup. But yes, he ate the whole thing. He's amazing.
That's incredible. Oh my God. I was like thinking maybe it was like this was like a shareable thing where
No. Now I also have to tell you that the cone that's on the bottom, that is a more massive, thick cone. It's like a bigger base, but still. We have gotten, Josie has gotten once a medium. It's so much ice cream. So much.
Amy said that is an ice cream saver if I've ever seen one.
100%. Hey, we have a couple of well wishes here. Wendy said, that's why we love Tina. She's one of the strongest and most positive people we know. Absolutely. I agree, Wendy. And Becky Richards said, honestly, so grateful. You're brave beyond, Tina.
Aw,
Yay.
you guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Aw, you make me feel so happy. Hey, so last week during the show, my friend Miho, who was watching from Japan, commented in. Well, yesterday she shared some photos with me, and I just have to share it with you because look at this rooftop. This is like my favorite rooftop ever. Isn't that cool? Like the
I love, so
fish
like,
detail.
is she looking out a window at this? Like, can you give us the context of this incredible shot?
I think she's on like this veranda of a park or a temple.
Okay.
Because she did a pan around video too that showed that, and then when it panned around, it shows like this mountain vista, and where she is kind of like goes down like a
Hmm.
valley. So
It's
this is probably the rooftop of like a building in a temple complex, I'm thinking.
It is so beautiful. I see this like fish design kind of curling up. It reminds me of the front of a ship, actually.
Right, right. Just such incredible detail.
Yeah,
I
and
love
it
it.
looks like some little clovers there, and just it made like Japan is definitely on my list of places I'd love to see in the future, because it just like things like this are all over, right?
Yeah, right, all over. This one in particular is in a place called Beppu, which is on Kyushu, the southernmost major island, the same island that has Nagasaki. It's their hot spring capital of Japan.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, love
That's
it.
so awesome. Well, Miho, thank you for sharing pictures with us. We feel very special
Yeah,
when
it's
she
so cool
joins.
to be connected like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm throwing up another meme. I can't remember what this one says, so let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, one of my students tried to explain today how blink is the plural of wink, and I can't stop thinking about it, and I can't stop thinking about it either. Truth, right? Wink, blink.
I have never thought about that. And now I think about it and I think, how did I miss this?
That they're connected. I never even thought
Do
about
you
a
really
singular and a
think,
plural.
like, is that really right? Like those words were designed like that?
You know, does blink, the BL, is that like a double wink is a blank? I'm not sure. You know what? I didn't research it before the conversation. I feel like I should have.
I have no idea, but I can see why somebody would say that.
I,
Blank and wink.
I wonder where the word wink comes from originally, right? Like it's so cute.
It is cute. Can you only wink with one eye? I can only do it with my left eye. I can't do it with my right eye. If I do it with my right, I kind of look like a pirate.
Arr. Okay. So, did your cousin take this beautiful photo, or is this a selfie?
This is totally a selfie.
The only reason I
Isn't
can guess selfie is because of the way your arm is
Yeah.
extended.
Isn't it beautiful?
Uh huh. It's incredible. Tell us where you are.
This is Boulder Lake, Wisconsin, very close to Mountain or Lakewood, close to White Lake. Just blue skies, puffy white clouds. You can see the reflection of the trees on the water. Like, just just beautiful. The whole weekend was pretty nice. Like it was cool, but pretty dang nice. It was good family time.
I love it. That is such a beautiful photo of the family.
Thanks. It was fun. It was really good. What'd you guys do for Memorial Day?
What did we do? When there was a little bit of a weather window, Jason grilled out, which was just so nice. And we finally got some patio furniture. So just sitting out on the porch together, enjoying coffee, so wonderful. I read a great book. Um, it was pretty chill.
Can we just talk about your patio furniture for a little bit? So we had the blessing of being at your house to play cribbage like a week and a half ago. And on the box, what did it say? Teak look, if I'm remembering right.
Yeah, which almost seemed like a command, like, "Hey, Teak, look."
Yes.
But really, I guess it was trying to say that the wood looks like teak, which I didn't
So
I didn't even realize that when we purchased it.
first, like I noticed this as soon as I like walked past the box. I was like, did you purposely? Because I know Teak's name has this kind of throwback to Hawaiian furniture, right? Like, did you purposely do it or are you just naturally attracted to things that look like teak?
I guess I'm naturally attracted, and it's interesting because so often when I'm reading a book, like, more often than not, a book that I'm reading will reference teak in some way, some sort of, like, a teak table, a teak armoire, a teak. So it's funny when I'm reading, I'll like, put my finger there and take a picture and send it to him.
Yeah, I just thought it was really cool on the side of this box. It was like somebody had stamped it right on there. I thought maybe that was the instructions for him to assemble it. Like, Teak, look, your parents have this chair that needs to be assembled on the porch. Look.
That would have been so nice if we could have encouraged him to help out, but that does not seem to be his MO at this teenage stage.
Sorry I brought it up, Teak. I'm sorry I brought it up.
And I think it's just funny that you saw that right away, that you noticed it.
Now, yeah, I like it. I think because it was just like a plain cardboard box and then it had those words on it, it just like jumped out at me. But yeah, I mean, isn't it great that we're in the season where we can sit out on the patio or sit out on the porch and just kind of enjoy, like you guys get sunset on your porch, right?
Right, right. And, this is our first time in this house in this season. So sitting on the porch, I realized there were so many different birds that we could hear. So have,
Sure.
have you heard of that app? It's called the Merlin app, where you can record, like you push record and it'll listen to the bird songs and identify what they are. So I did that. I'm like, what do you think we're hearing? And it was amazing, all the birds that came up with it. There was, to be expected, cardinal, robin, finch, red-winged blackbird, but then there was like grackle and chimney sweep and killdeer, and it just kept popping up all these different birds that it was identifying. Oh, mourning dove, crow.
That's so cool. I mean, I've heard of the app before. I've never used it. Okay, it's called Merlin,
Merlin. It's by, I think,
Merlin.
Merlin, and it's by Cornell University.
Okay.
And it's a free
Um,
app. I think there are premiums that you can pay for, but otherwise it's free to use. I haven't paid for anything.
that's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I just, being where you're obviously close to Lincoln Park, there's a lot of trees and just cover for wildlife there that you would see and hear just a lot of different things.
It was fun yet the other day, like a whole like gaggle of turkeys walked past the window.
I love
I
that.
love
I was
that.
gonna say, I see deer crossing Reed Avenue all the time. You must see deer occasionally also, right?
Oh, yeah, they'll go right by the window. Oh,
Yeah.
Amber says she also loves that app.
Oh, awesome. See, there we go. I actually got to see Amber in person last week. It was super nice. She was out with Brad. On that topic, I think you might have a photo you want to share.
I know. Let's see. Can I find it? Yes, thank you. Look at this. I finally got to eat a dog from Hot Dogs. It's a Chicago style hot dog. I should have taken a photo before I took the first
I was
bite.
gonna say, is this after so friends, the hot dog doesn't come out looking like this.
Yes, sorry. I already started eating. I'm like, wait, I have to take a photo. It's so good. I absolutely cannot wait until I get to eat another hot dog.
Okay, what was all on this, Tina?
This is a Chicago style dog. So there's mustard, there's onion, there's pickles, and hot peppers.
And the bun is poppy seeded, which looks so delicious.
Yeah, and so I think that the buns are sourced locally, if I recall correctly, and the dogs themselves are sourced locally. Amber
Awesome.
said, "That's so sweet. Thank you." Well, thank you, Amber, for this amazing food.
Yeah, I've read some pretty epic reviews. We have not had a chance to get there yet. It's definitely on our list for this summer, but you don't have to get those type of toppings. They have all different types of things. So
Yeah.
go there and check it out.
Yeah, Jason had a chili dog, so I think the sky's the limit.
I love it.
It's worth checking out. And at first I thought, I just got a hot dog. I didn't get fries or anything. I thought, "Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna be hungry." And no, it totally filled me up. I,
Did
could
it?
not have eaten fries.
It looks like a good meaty hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah, if you've tried it, let us know. And Kristen, when you try it, let us know.
I will. I will. Yeah, it's on our I have to think about when.
It's on our to eat
These
list.
kids, these kids' schedules, they're just ruining everything.
Oh, let's see. There's another comment here. Oh, Amber said, "That's right, 10 different hot dog combinations."
That is so cool.
So I'll have to make like a punch card to try them all.
Ooh, that's a fun idea. Or maybe you could get a hot dog flight.
Interesting. I could only eat one though if it was a regular size hot dog. So if
Or
it was
maybe
a
you could do it with
flight,
friends.
like if they did like cocktail size.
Yeah. Or Amber, can you like get boards? Like I'm going to give a shout out to Matt Goff's business, Northern Roots Woodworking, I think it is. Maybe he could make you a hot dog board that had like a little crevice in to hold the buns in place, and you could get a flight with friends, and then you could try like cut them in half or quarters and then try a whole flight.
That's a really cool idea. Though, Amber said, OMG. Like, I know myself, right? And when I find something I love, it's so hard for me to divert myself on the menu to try something different next time, right? So I know how much I love a Chicago style dog, and they're not readily available around here. So I'm like, every time I would go, I think I would be Chicago style dog. And
You would just do it. Just do it because see, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't want to waste calories on something I'm not gonna like. Like I want to be able to enjoy it and love it. But I really do like the variety of, trying a flight of something. I think it's kind of fun.
yeah, I think that's a great idea too, just to introduce yourself and to maybe branch out. Yeah, because
Yeah,
what if there is a dog I like more than a Chicago style?
absolutely. Or as much, right? I think Cool City Brewing in Two Rivers has coffee flights. You can go and try like four different types of like lattes or drinks. And like, again, what a fun idea.
That's a cool idea. I have seen too, like different bars where they'll have like a ski or something and they'll
Mhm.
have different shots, but it's meant for like multiple friends to stand there and then they all
Right.
like take the shot at once.
I have seen that also.
Hey, we like to talk about words and things that we haven't heard. I was reading a book recently and this word came up and it was plashless. And I thought, are they just missing the S? Like, what is this word plashless? And so I looked it up because it was on my mind and it actually means lacking splashes, essentially being free from the sound or action of water hitting something. And I can't believe it's a real word. Like, I guess I never considered that the S in splash was adding on to something. I didn't know you could break that word down.
My brain is short circuiting right now thinking about that. Again, I did not, these are words. Plashless doesn't roll off the tongue. I know I say this all the time. But Tina, I'm guessing when you are doing your water therapy, you are plashless in the water.
Oh, no, I'm pretty splashy. I guess the goal maybe would be to be plashless, but
Yeah.
um, wow.
Plashless.
I guess I love that English has such a such a variety of words that you can get down to that unique situation to describe something as plashless.
Yeah. Have you used this successfully in a sentence other than
Not once.
flashless? Yeah, it's kind of has a lot of S's and sh's.
I guess because if you're thinking about splashes, you only think about that when is water and splashes. So to think about plashless, I guess it's kind of unique, right? Like the situation described in here, something smooth, quiet. Oh, like a butterfly leaping or a dolphin gliding through water. Yeah, you know, I guess there's not many opportunities to pull that word into conversation. Like,
I'm yeah. I don't know.
okay, viewers, were you aware that plashless is a word? And do you have a situation you can describe using plashless?
I mean, when I think about things that lack splashing, I do feel like the dolphin gliding through the water is like one of the best examples. Or like a river otter,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
They just kind of
yeah.
just to use my nonverbals today. Um, I don't, can you think of anything else where that would like
I think in the book I was reading, it was talking about rain. It was like a rainy day, but the rain was such that like it wasn't splashing on the rooftops. It was like plashlessly.
hmm.
But I can't quite get my mind around that. And maybe that's because we don't really have that kind of rain here, or
Yeah. The thing that I've experienced the most was a couple of weeks ago when it was foggy for like 3 days.
yeah.
There was like this mist. Like Doug and I walked one night and Doug's shoulders were wet and like my hair was wet, but it wasn't raining
So it was
and
plashless.
it was plashless. But we were like wet. And then every now and then we'd get like a big drop that was like it was collecting, like just like we were kind of getting wet like this, it was collecting on tree leaves. So every now and then we'd get a big drop from the tree because it had finally collected enough. But
So could we say that your soaking was plashless? Like you were
sure,
getting
absolutely, you can. Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Oh, Kristen, I cannot believe a half an hour has gone so fast. Thank you for like kicking my birthday off to such a great start.
I just hope you have the most incredible day. I hope that you guys have fun celebrating over pizza
Thank you.
and flourless chocolate cake. That sounds incredible. And I just hope that you feel so deeply and so sincerely all the love around you. We are so glad you're here to
Thank
celebrate
you.
this big birthday.
Yeah, it hits differently this time, right? I'm so grateful to have made it. So grateful to be here.
Tina, we love you.
Love you guys too. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Coffee with Kristen and Tina.
See ya.